was covering crep like a boot cut. If mad, it's a family ting, straight family ting. Dumb man, I broke no salary ting. Had a young ting called Amy telling me to come round hers on a Valerie ting. Hashtag Murky Academy ting. You were like art and the gallery ting. Dumb boy there wanna chat about bars, wanna chat about.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. This week, we've got teams who went in opposite directions last week.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. In motion left, Curse. Now a carry here for Orleans, Darkwa. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Time running out here on the play clock. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. The 13 yards that time at a first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Second down now after the incompletion. In motion left, Curse. Now Darkwa. And he's got room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. The play clock's running down. They'll look to throw here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
In motion left, Curse. They'll run with Darkwa. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. In motion left, Curse. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Dobbs eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Here we go! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
All right, here we go.
In motion right is Benjamin. Here's Darkwan. Good strength, but not able to get a whole lot. Tackled shy of the 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, of one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The rookie from Alabama, Jonathan Allen, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. In motion left, Curse.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got Curse. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up 1st down, too.
He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
In motion left, Curse. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Curse. 3rd down here.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that scores now on their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here we go. Round 38. Flex round. Flex round.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! 1-9! Let's go! Flex round!
In motion right, Dorsett. A 1st down carry now for Miller. He spins free and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a give to Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On 3rd down, Miller. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down near the 25.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! No, check
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On the run, Darkwa. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield, probably forked.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Marcus Williams, the rookie from Utah. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Dobbs looking to throw on first down. Flush to his right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Here we go.
On second down, Dobbs. That complete to Lamar Miller. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Well, a big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw a week ago, reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Nothing wrong with being explosive. Nothing wrong with being electric. Nothing wrong with carrying it over from the previous week off to a really, really hot start.
They'll toss it to Miller. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So and pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Dobbs now on second down. And incomplete there. a nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they want them to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Let's go.
Back to throw here. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now they'll run it on the toss. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Let's go. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go.
They begin with a run by Miller. And some room to work. And all the way down to the 37. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 42 yards on the ground.
Let's go. Brand 38.
In motion right, Dorsett. They keep it with Miller on first down. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now it's 2nd and 7, and the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Let's go. 1-9.
Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight, and he'll be knocked down sideways right around the 26. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Let's go. What? Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Final minute now of the third quarter. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Running left is Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Here we go. Ryan 38. Ryan 38.
Dobbs is throwing. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out. And you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They'll drop to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll run again now with Darquan. Finding room inside the 40. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Forced out to his left, taking matters into his own. Hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
Here we go now. All right, let's go. 56. 39. In
motion right is Benjamin. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Being chased out left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jermaine Kearse, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time, gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So the D-line's going to spread out. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also fourth down.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And incomplete here. So that will leave him with 16 on the clock. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Falcons, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we bid you good night from Tampa.